In the dry open plains of Lubbock, Texas, just off U.S. Route 84, sat a worn-out airplane hangar. It hadn't seen a Cessna in decades, but it did see sparks again when 32-year-old Trent Miller transformed it into the headquarters of Miller Dynamics, a drone repair and modification shop for ranchers and surveyors. Trent was the local whiz kid turned entrepreneur. After years working as a defense contractor technician in San Diego, he returned to his hometown with passion, grit, and a dream. But within 18 months, that dream was dying. At launch, Trent was on fire. He bought used parts in bulk, stocked shelves with gear, and built a slick website. He even gave motivational talks at the local Rotary Club. But 6 months in, he was already missing payments on the $50,000 line of credit he'd secured from a family friend. The problem? He didn't realize he wasn't running a business. He was running a fantasy. Trent had over-romanticized his idea. People love drones, he'd say. They just need a trusted local shop. But what he hadn't done was run the numbers. Drone repairs weren't frequent enough, and the modifications people actually wanted, thermal cameras, cattle tracking, etc., required expensive parts he couldn't afford to stock regularly. He confused passion with profit. Trent spent weeks refining his logo and tinkering with drone prototypes. But he never spent a single day in a rancher's pickup asking, "What's frustrating about your drone setup?" One potential customer, Julie Mendez, a cattle rancher who used drones to monitor herd movement, came by once. She left after 5 minutes. "Nice kid," she later told her neighbor, "but he didn't understand a lick about how I actually use my gear." Trent had built a business that solved a problem he didn't understand. And worse, he had no clear way to explain how he was better than sending the drone back to DJI under warranty. His competitor, Dust Flight Incorporated, based 40 miles east in Amarillo, was run by a former Air Force engineer. Dust Flight had a brand. They had YouTube reviews, free maintenance tutorials, and a no-hassle overnight service. Trent didn't know how to compete with them. He hadn't even analyzed their offerings. If he had, he would have realized Dust Flight wasn't just a competitor. They were his blueprint for survival. Trent's drones were solid. He modified one for a guy who used it to herd goats. It was clever engineering, but nobody knew about it. He had no marketing plan, no referrals, no customer journey. His website had a contact us form, but no booking calendar. He figured a good product would be enough. It wasn't. He lacked visibility, credibility, and any strategy beyond be good at fixing stuff. Trent had created a company, but not a brand. His business looked like a Craigslist ad. No consistent voice. No visuals that said trusted drone expert. And the worst part, customers began defining his brand for him. Good guy, but unreliable. That wasn't who he was, but he hadn't shaped the story. So others did. Everything nearly ended in March. He ran out of money. No parts. No rent. Then, one day, he met Clara Thompson, a retired rancher and angel investor who had heard about his business through her nephew. Clara didn't offer him money. She offered him something better, a second chance with guidance. "Stop pretending this is a solo sport," she told him. "Get help. Learn what you don't know. Fix what you don't see." Trent swallowed his pride and went to work. He surveyed 30 local ranchers to understand their needs. He partnered with an ag-tech startup from Austin to offer fleet diagnostics for drones used on large ranches. He brought in a branding consultant to design his visual identity and customer promise. He hired a freelancer to build a proper marketing funnel. He created a subscription service with guaranteed 48-hour repairs and seasonal checkups. He named the new offering Sky Trust by Miller Dynamics. But the biggest shift, customer experience, became his religion. Every drone now came back with a handwritten note, a fresh battery pack, and a QR code linking to a personalized video walkthrough. Within months, word of mouth turned into wildfire. Today, Miller Dynamics isn't just surviving, it's expanding. A new hangar in Abilene. A training program for drone pilots in the AG sector. And best of all, a culture where every technician knows the mission: delight the customer or die trying. Trent no longer believes the myth that great ideas alone win the day. He's seen what wins: listening, adapting, branding, planning, serving. And when young founders ask him, "What's the one thing to focus on?" he always replies, "Customer service." Everything else grows from there. Moral of the story: start with heart, but scale with strategy. Know your customer better than you know your logo. And remember, in the war for attention, trust is your sharpest weapon.